So yeah, my first death threat, and I would have guessed too that if there were one character that out of who everyone I was working for in the Capital Chemist group, it would be Roger to issue the death threat. This fascination with wanting to establish profiles to say that just about anything can cause any sort of sickness, it's always keeping people distracted and at a distance from what study means. The high rollers in this industry in fact have. If we were to put this matter aside in principle and just look at how and why religion isn't, and later today I'll do some readings from evilbible.com. I'll read a number of statements on slavery, rape, murder, and various crimes that are endorsed by the Bible. Now, so long as hard crimes are being committed and people are, and you'll see this on TV and on Foxtel and then on crime investigation shows, and they're coming forward and they're saying, I killed, but I did not murder because I was obeying a commandment by God. And then the psychologist turns and goes, well, that hardly sounds like a God-fearing man. And I'm like, no, it sounds like someone who perhaps read his Bible more than you, psychologist. And it sounds like your talk about God, your term God-fearing man, implies that you think of God as a perfect being, with all power, all knowledge, and all love, without thinking that concept through. Because if that were true, he would have created that man to commit that crime and shoot all three of his female victims. And so long as when hard criminal events occur, and obedience, the concept of obedience to a religious text is eliminated at the level of court from being considered as part of what motivated them. What is always going to happen is that a cause or motive will be ascribed that will then have things like entertainment and art being indicted, and stupid lobbyists saying, well, this movie made this over the age concerning adult in his late 20s. He couldn't have used speed because he chose to. It had to have been because he watched Breaking Bad. So long as religious text, and it's religious discrimination apparently to say, you think, I might think it's wrong that if a man finds an unpledged virgin and rapes her, he only needs to pay 50 shekels to her father, and then because he's spoilt her for any future husband, then she has to stay with him, and she can never he can never divorce her as long as he lives. So 50 shekels to get away with rape and buy a wife at the same time. That's in the Bible. Now it's so it's astounding that you've got courts wanting to say, even put your hand on and touch this Bible as what, a gesture of free of goodwill. And I have no concept of what that part of the process could even be for. What I do know is that art does not make it officially stated anywhere that you are to believe in. Okay, believe in the existence of art, sure, but I mean believe in as in invest your complete submission to receiving moral guidance or connoting prescriptive moral imperatives for behavior, so that you can go out and behave in such a way as to infringe against another person's rights to any of the following four, or or any combination of the following four: life, health, movement, and expression. Respecting those basic rights and defending them better is ultimately it's gonna wind up with people realizing that, you know, you're not told to believe in Bruce Lee films and then go out and start practicing karate on everyone you see, but you are asked to believe that the whole species is inbred because of the Bible. You are asked to believe that Jesus' murder is a gift to you. You are asked to believe that God has willed for infanticide, genocide, homicide, rape, kidnap, sexual slavery, the murder of children, all of these things, all of these true terrors, and yet and we even have a religious discrimination act, and yet we still don't have we still don't seem to have scenarios where courts are saying, well, it looks as though this person's behavior was an effort that they took to while thinking that they were being obedient to the will and requirements of such and such a supernatural being. And if that weren't bad enough, so the Bible is trying to sanction belief, and instead you've got all these humble, innovative and creative artists making all various forms and mediums of art and types of art. And I mean, Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo never asked me to believe in the existence of Mario and Yoshi. He never asked me to trust that Mario and Yoshi were gonna make me live forever if I obeyed their wills, and or that I get all my morals from Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi on Nintendo and or Donkey Kong. So the sanctioning of belief or trust in mandates for how to behave, they are not present in art, in the art that religious lobbyists wind up trying to blame or try to get established as motives, so that more religious discrimination can occur in healthcare, more religious bias can affect judgment in healthcare, more dismissing of religion as contributing to criminal motives can be swept under the table and ignored in healthcare and amongst the police, and just as like almost like a paralleled repetition of Jesus not deserving to be killed, you see all these forms of art getting scapegoated, all these games, this music, rock music, metal music, literature, the Bible absolutely deserves to be subject to, especially in the event of assessing a religious believer. It absolutely should be subject to ridicule and even more